Do you dream big but never take action? You ever get accused of being lazy, but you're not lazy? You're just running on old programming. Most people think that they're lacking discipline. That's not the real problem. The real problem is that you've been programmed to avoid discomfort. And today I'm going to share why your brain resists change, why you procrastinate, and how to finally begin becoming the person that you know you're capable of becoming. My name is Mark, aka Create Lifestyle. I help people, especially those over 50, break out of outdated beliefs so that they can experience freedom, abundance, peace of mind, residual income, and leave a powerful legacy. And if you're under 50, you can certainly glean some insight here and perhaps shave decades off of your growth and development and achievement of your goals. I call this escaping the matrix. And today I'm talking about procrastination, self-image, your subconscious mind, law of attraction, why your brain resists change, and how to finally close these gaps between dreaming and doing. Now, here's the thing, your brain is trying to keep you safe. Most people think they procrastinate because they're lazy. I don't believe that's true. And I've been through this, and I've been accused of being lazy. And I'm not a lazy person. I've never been a lazy person. However, what I found out is that your brain is trying to keep you safe. Your brain has one primary job, and that is to keep you safe. The problem is your brain mistakes comfort for safety. Anything that's unfamiliar, you try to do something new, build a business, simple things, post a video, public speaking, switch careers, go out and go find a different job. That's why we stay stuck in certain jobs, because it feels safe. However, over here, we're breaking out of the matrix. We want to break out of these jobs. Somebody said that a job was a journey onto brokenness, and I heard that, and I kind of bought into that. But understand that we need to have a source of income, no doubt about it. So I switched that up to a journey of belief, because when you try, and I'm going to eliminate that word try. I catch myself when I say that. But when you work towards better things, it sometimes is not easy. It's very difficult. And that's because our brains are wanting to keep us safe. Your brain says things like, let's do it tomorrow. Have you ever said that to yourself? So understand that the matrix, it loves comfort. The matrix, it doesn't want you to grow. It wants you to stay distracted. It wants you to keep comfortable. It wants you to stay entertained. Are you not being entertained? I love that saying when they say that. But this kind of goes back to ancient civilizations where they distracted the populations by giving them bread and circus, is what they called it. So that's what we're living in today. What's going on right now? I'm not sure when you're looking at this, but the World Cup, everybody's looking at it. The whole world is being entertained. The whole world is getting bread and circus. So, the Matrix, it wants you to keep scrolling. It wants you to keep waiting. It wants you to do things like wait till the timing's perfect. Wait when you know enough. Wait when things slow down. You'll start, but you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And the years quietly disappear. And if you're over 50, I know you can relate to this. So here we go. Procrastination is not about time. We think we have time management problem, but most of the time we have an emotional management problem. We avoid the task because we want to avoid the feeling. Fear, rejection, embarrassment, failure, uncertainty. The discomfort isn't the enemy, avoiding it is. So understand that your identity is being built every day. Every time you avoid something different, your subconscious mind, it records it. It starts saying, I'm not somebody who follows through. I'm not somebody who's disciplined. I always quit. But every time you do the hard thing, no matter how small it is, you begin writing a new identity. I keep my word. I follow through. I can do difficult things. Now, I've experienced all this myself. I've been stuck for years, like with these emotions just in my head and controlling me. And you don't realize how much time goes by until it's gone. So there was a time where I would sit at my desk and I knew that I needed to make phone calls, for instance. And instead of making the phone calls, I would just clean my desk or rearrange all the things on my desk. Have you ever done that? Today, what people do now is just pick up their phones and scroll. That's kind of the same thing as cleaning your desk. So I always say these things like, I'll start tomorrow. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to get ready. So the only way your confidence grows is by taking action before you feel ready. That's how you begin to escape this matrix. I heard a new term, and it was by a psychologist. And she was describing what I'm describing to you right now. And her solution to this thing was something that she called it the dread sprint. But a dear friend of mine called this same thing an out of body, is what she called it. So instead of waiting to feel motivated, you just tell yourself, I'm going to do this thing and it's going to feel uncomfortable and I'm going to do it anyway. So she did this out of body and she just made herself do the things that she knew she had to do. And that's growth, that's courage, that's becoming. So every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build trust, you build confidence. So this is where the freedom comes in, because now you're becoming aware. Awareness is powerful, but awareness alone is not going to create this freedom. You need a vehicle, you need a way, you need some leverage, you need to build some assets. You need a way to disconnect your income from your time. And that's why I talk a lot about affiliate marketing and marketing, sharing digital products, not because they're magic, but because they force you to grow, force you to communicate, force you to solve problems. It forces you to become somebody new. So if I'm making sense, share, follow, subscribe. If you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, look for the links around my bio. In closing, your brain, it just wants comfort. Growth requires discomfort. Procrastination is often emotional, not intellectual. Every action reinforces your identity. So self-trust is going to create the confidence. Understand that the matrix, it rewards comfort. Freedom rewards courage. You got to become the person first, and then the results will follow. So understand that the life you want, it's not waiting for you to feel motivated. It's waiting for you to become the kind of person who takes action even when it's uncomfortable. Because confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes because of action. So understand this. And like I always say, the only way out is in. Peace, one love, and control your destiny.